All right.
Yes, we are live.
All right.
Hi, how are you,
Hello.
Virgil?
Good, TIbisay. How you doing there?
Great to be here on your show. Glad that you invited me.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it.
Okay. Um, I didn't know if you wanted to do an interview or whatever, but I decided, like I said, it's like your show, you're the boss. But I was thinking about doing like a small tribute to you before we start, and then we can hit it off, and you can ask me all questions that you want. What about that?
Okay, well, let's try that. Let's see how this goes.
Okay. Okay, so I had in my mind that maybe that you might like the idea because the first poem you sent me was "We're All One." So I've like written it down. So what I can do is now I'm going to read it to you, okay? And I think you need to get rid of that banner.
Ah, okay.
While you're doing that, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to read the poem. Yes, that's valid. Okay, so I'm going to read the poem to you, okay?
Okay.
Um, Tribute to Michael, the poet. The first poem he sent to me, We Are All One. It's not the color of your skin I see, but the human that resides within. It's not the tongue or the language you speak, only the intent of love you bring. It matters not the wrongs we've done, only the consequence of the anguish or pain we've caused. The physical pain means little when the words of hatred ring strong. As I look around me, what do I see? A world of people who are like you and me, tired of the anguish and tired of the pain, wondering what it will take to bring us together again. Mother Gaia has seen so much abuse, contamination of her shores to the molesting of our youth. How long will it take before we open our hearts, before we finally realize that we're all one? Okay, that's my interpretation of the poem We Are One by Mike the Poet.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Glad you liked it. And I had like a second idea, and that is that to make the poem even like to give it even more life, we could do like this, infuse it with the divine feminine and divine masculine energy, because by infusing it, it gets livelier. What about that?
Let's do it. Let's give it a shot.
Okay, so what we're going to do then is like I'm going to read the first line, and then you read the second, and I'm going to read the third, and then we're going to do like masculine, feminine dance in the poem. How about that?
Sounds good.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh,
Let's do that. Okay. Um, we're all one. It's not the color of your skin I see.
but the human that resides within,
It's not the tongue or language you speak.
only the intent of love you bring,
It matters not the wrongs we've done.
only the consequence of the anguish or the pain we've caused.
The physical pain means little.
When the words of hatred ring strong,
As I look around me, what do I see?
a world of people who are like you and me,
Tired of the anguish and tired of the pain.
wondering what it will take to bring us together again.
Mother Gaia has seen so much abuse.
Contamination of our shores, the molestation of our youth.
How long will it take before we open our hearts?
Before we realize that we're all one.
Okay then. How did you like it with
That
the
was cool. That was cool. Yeah, I like that. That's
I mean, if I had knew about music, it would be even better because if we did this with it has to be music of a certain vibration. I'm not like very knowledgeable, but you know that they have contaminated the vibration of our music as well.
right.
So if you have like the right hertz, as a background, that would infuse the poem even more and make it even, more alive. So I mean, if you could, so if some miracle happens and we could find someone, it would be like even funnier, even like nicer.
Are you aware of Scott Howard?
No, not maybe. I don't know the name at least, but maybe I know the knowledge. But tell me.
Amazing gentleman. He records all his music in a 432
Mm-hmm.
frequency, which is, we both know is a healing frequency.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing gentleman. Amazing man.
Yes, that's something. That is what I had in my mind, but I just didn't know that it has to be 432. I didn't have the number in my head.
Right.
But I knew that, like, if we do a poem like this and we do it like with or with somebody else, like I don't even have like a super beautiful voice. I have a teacher's voice because I'm used to be like, listen to me. So I don't have like a perfect voice, but I mean, even if it's someone with a super soothing voice, I mean, it would be even more magical. Like, especially with infusing.
Yeah.
And with the 432 hertz music in it. Wow, How about that?
That would be cool. That would be
Yes.
cool. That would be cool.
Danny was looking for us because we had like a problem, Danny.
Yeah.
We had this.
I'm still trying to figure out how to do preschool stuff, and I'm playing with this. Okay. But yeah, we're here. We made it.
Yeah, I mean, you have to listen to it later on, Danny, because we did this poem, the poem of Michael. We infused it. We've infused it with masculine and feminine energy, and brought it to life. You know what we're going to do since Danny's here? We are going to do it again.
All
and
right.
then we're going to do the interview. Okay.
All right, sounds good. Let's do it.
Okay, it's going to be fun. If you want us to do it another time with one of your other poems, that would be fun too. I mean, because you've sent me this poem, if this is the only poem I have in writing.
All right.
We're going to do it again. Okay, so tribute to M, the poet. Version feminine, masculine. Okay, we're all one. It's not the color of your skin I see,
but the human that resides within.
It's not the tongue or language you speak.
Only the intent of love you bring.
It matters not the wrongs we've done.
Only the consequence of the anguish or the pain we've caused.
The physical pain means little.
When the words of hatred ring strong.
As I look around me, what do I see?
A world of people who are like you and me.
Tired of the anguish and tired of the pain.
Wondering what it will take to bring us together again.
Mother Gaia has seen so much abuse.
Contamination of our shores, the molesting of our youth.
Contamination of... okay. How long will it take before we open our hearts?
Before we finally realize we're all one.
Yeah. So we've done it again for you, Danny. How about that? Do you see, like at the beginning, you will hear like I've read it alone, and after that, we've like infused the two voices. But Mike, we have to, like, just like we've done it like this with the two voices. We should try it with other poems. Do you have like another poem that? Only one, and then we're going to do the interview. It's just that I love your poem so much that I'm like,
Hey, good morning, Janice. How you doing today, dear?
Hi, Janice. Great to have you here.
Let's see. So I'll have to email it to you real quick. How's that?
Okay. Okay. Although like reading it here is like a little bit harder, but I'm going to do it, and then we're going to do it like that again.
All right, hang on 1 second here. Let me.
Okay.
Let's see what we got going here. Yeah, because this one kind of trips us up a little bit. How about the one I just wrote? Stillness.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, hang on 1 second here. Open. Copy, paste. All right, hang on 1 second here. Come on, come on.
Okay, I've got the phone here.
Hang on. This thing takes so long to load up. It's like, what? All right, here we go. Sending. Paste.
It's magic that I'm in Curacao and you're sending me something and then I'm going to get it the same minute. So
Yeah, I know, right?
yes, still don't have it. Going back. Going.
All right.
Don't have it. Still don't have it.
I just sent it. It was on a response to the link.
Yes, now. Okay. What we're going to do? Okay, to give me time, because you know the poem already. So to give me time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read it first to you as a tribute, and then we infuse the feminine and the masculine in it, okay?
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Okay. Stillness. Like the sun melts away the haze, the anguish and uncertainty will come to an end. Like the waves that crash on the open sea, thoughts of despair now ride calmly upon the shores. Just like storms that rage across angry skies, the anger we've suppressed rides out on the horizon. Rains rains that fall from the heavens, cleansing the hearts that once cried out in pain. Just as the sun follows the moon to enlighten each given day, the darkness gives way to the light. We must come to understand that stillness comes to rescue us in times of chaos. Okay, that's it then. My tribute to Mike the poet. Okay, now.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Now we're going to do the infusion, okay? Like the sun melts away the haze.
The anguish and uncertainty will come to an end.
Like the waves that crash on the open sea.
Thoughts of despair now ride calmly upon the shores.
Just like storms that rage across angry skies.
The anger we've suppressed rides out on the horizon.
Rains that fall from the heavens.
Cleansing the heart that once cried out in pain.
Just like the sun follows the moon to enlighten each given day.
The darkness gives way to the light.
We must come to understand
that stillness comes to rescue us in times of chaos.
Yes. How about that?
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Okay, so now I feel like gotten my pleasure of reading the poems. But now, okay, so you wanted to interview me. So what do you want to ask me? What do you want to know about me?
Well, okay. What was your childhood like?
My childhood. My Pretty good. More good than bad. There were a couple of less pleasant things, but it's my father is a teacher, a school teacher. My mom was stay at home till we became older. What else? I went to school. Got like most of the time, I was having a good time. Sometimes I was bullied or but like things like that happened to me. But I mean that happens to everyone. But because I think because I had like strong background, like my parents were together. I was like in this very loving family. The the good has outweighed the bad most of my life, the majority of my times.
Ah, no,
What else? I mean, talking now till I'm 12, like that.
no. You had mentioned that you're level 3 Reiki. How did you get into Reiki?
That's a very interesting story because I didn't even know that Reiki existed. I was in Spain, living in Spain, and my a friend of mine, like because I was working as a legal translator at the court there, and a friend of mine that is a translator as well told me I got invited by this person to do this very special thing. It's a type of energy, and it's like from Japan. Like she told me, like very general. And you're going to learn secret symbols and lots. It's going to be very interesting, and it was like far, far away because like Spain is huge, and we had to go to a car and then drive with that car, go to this in the middle of nowhere, and there this lady had this house, and there you would get initiated in this secret thing, and it's and I said yes. I mean, because I've always been interested in everything that's mystique. My grandmother read me a lot of stories about Allan Kardec and metaphysical stuff as a kid. As a kid, I already heard about things like incarnations and those kind of stuff. My grandmother was Native American, but not North American, but South America. So I've always been very interested in everything that's mysterious, metaphysical. So I'm like, yes, let's do it. And she said, okay, and we went, and I got with my friend, the other translator, because I was the Dutch translator and she was the English translator. And then we went, and I got initiated. And now I realized, because in another interview I said I got the first symbol then, and now later on I realized that it's not okay, or it's not okay. It's okay, but it's not normal to get like your first symbol at your initiation. It's normal that they only align your chakras, right?
Right.
And the lady said to us, like, because like when they were doing the cleaning up, and because you would lie down, and then they would like you do like this and like clean you first, and then infuse you with the first attunement. And after we've done that, or while during doing that, I mean, I was like very relaxed. For me, it was like you got like this pill or something. So I was like very relaxed. But my friend started to cry, like, but not because she was sad, but because like it was like a kind of cleaning, and the water would like go and go and go out of her eyes, and there were other people there, and she would like cry tremendously. So she had like a lot of garbage, a lot of stuff, holding on to her. So that's why when they were tuning her, like the tears would like, and then when they finished all of us, then they decided that the teacher said to us, later I realized that it was a special privilege. She said, okay, you're only being attuned here for the first level, but as an exception, because I see in the group like a lot of powerlessness, a lot of helplessness, she decided to give us the first symbol. And the first symbol is the chukuray. That's the symbol of power. Okay, because there are three symbols: power, love, and light. So she decided, because there was a lot of helplessness in the group, she sensed. She gave us then the chokuray. That's like the first.
The attunement.
The first, yes, the first. No, besides the attunement of the first level, she gave us like the symbol, the first symbol of the second level. Danny, how long have you been practicing Reiki? That's difficult because, like, active or passive. I mean, I've been like a Reiki practitioner probably since 2012, 2013. I don't know exactly by heart. I've got here my books, so maybe I can find them. Let me see, because I've got like this. It was like the first. Let me see. I don't know if it's written here the year I got my diploma, but I think between 2012 and 2010 and 2012. About then, I had like my first attunement, and they gave me the first symbol of the second attunement. Although it was something that was like an extra privilege. So that they gave us the power symbol, the chukuray, just because of the mental state of the group. So let's say, if I have to bet, I would say 2010. And then after that, I got the second attunement by somebody else, by my yoga teacher. That might be like 2012, I think 2012. And I got because this teacher, like Francisca Medina Gomez, the one who gave me the first attunement, is different than the one that gave me like the second and the third attunement. So like but what I've done is I've redone the first with another teacher, my yoga teacher, and he gave me he did my first level again, and then he gave me like the second and the third level, so the mastery. And that happened in 2000. In 2012, I think I got the second level, and 2013, almost at the end of 2013, like almost like 2 years later, I got the third level. Right.
Now, like with level 3, how much more advanced as you go up, like into level 2 and then to level 3? What other things you learn as you go up into the different levels?
Like in the second level, I've learned basically the
hand signals.
They gave us like the symbols, yes. And the third, we get sigils. I don't know how to pronounce it in English because I got my diploma in Spain. Sigils that you can put under the bed and under the. But in matters of like evolvement, like the first, I think we got the first and the second. In my second, because I'm trying to recall this because it's a long time ago. They gave us like the power and the symbol of power and the symbol of love in the second level. And in the third level, they went deeper in the third level, that's the level of light, because that's like very difficult because it's the Honchase Shonin symbol. That's a very complicated symbol, and it's light, and it's the symbol that makes it possible for you to do attunements, not only present, but we can do attunements through distance and time. So that means that you can heal things from the past, go through time, and even access future. So it's like the most of the third level time, the attunement was to learn by heart the symbol of the Honsa Se Chonin symbol, and but that was lots of time and lots of work because we had to sit and root, and they had to infuse it in the head. No? So I remember actually something that happened to me is that when I got my third level Reiki, that day I drove home and I had like an accident because the state that it was not a big accident, but I
Right.
got like a small accident because when you come, it was stupid actually. I should have asked somebody to pick me up, but I didn't. I wasn't aware of how deep what that attunement is to your body. So you're actually walking or you're driving around, and although like they test you, you don't have alcohol, but it's almost the same feeling. You're like in a very you're like in several dimensions. So you're like in a very strange, very relaxed state of mind. Your pineal gland sees things in a very way, and because of that, I had a small car accident driving from that going home. But did I answer the question? Because sometimes I get squirrel and I.
Yeah. There's another gentleman I've been talking to. His name is Bart Smith, and Spiritually Raw had him on a couple weeks ago, and they call him the modern day shaman.
Mm-hmm.
And he too is a level 3, but he's also into Tai Chi and Guizhong and a lot of the other Eastern Oriental practices.
Mm-hmm.
That's something. He also does healing online too, which is amazing. I mean, he did one for me last week. I mean, for years I've not been able to breathe through my nose, and after the session, it's like, my God, after 32 years, I can actually breathe again. Because it's real hard to do Reiki when you can't bring in air through your nose. Yeah, I mean, especially when you can't do the breathing patterns right. And he's helped me a great deal with this. It amazes me how we go so much deeper into higher collective consciousness when we go into higher levels of Reiki.
Mm-hmm. That's definitely because you sense things, you pick up stuff quicker. It's and I think that's why I don't get ill very often. And although it's shameful to say it, like when I'm ill, I actually enjoy it because that's an excuse to lie down and do nothing.
Yeah, I'm nice.
Because usually like, when I'm ill, like because I'm overdoing it in one way or the other,
Right.
If I am having a headache, it's because if I sit quiet, I realize like I'm having a headache. Why am I having a headache? Because I'm tired. I'm putting up with bullshit. People are saying things that upset me, and I'm allowing it. There's always something or a reason. Hi, Tabby. There's always a reason why. Hi, Rita. I mean, sorry, I'm like squirrel. Yes. So.
Oh, look.
So it's always there's always a reason, and you sense it better, and I think that with time, when you get infused with the higher levels, it will refine certain things, and you will get ill less, and you will notice more when things are going like haywire, and what happens is because you're then so used to feeling good that you're very spoiled, very very spoiled, and because you're very spoiled, everything that upsets you, or you get rid of them, things that it's automatically when you've got like when you've been through all the levels, automatically you will not you will sense what's good for you, and you will avoid what isn't, and you will get better and better and feel better and feel better, and even when you feel ill, like you will like just lie down there and secretly enjoy it, you secretly enjoy the quiet time, and like really like, and when we've been like quite ill and diseases that are like very similar to what we've got now, like I've had a dengue, I've had like malaria, because I live in the tropics, so those kind of things, for me, like, okay, for me that's normal. I'm like, you know, that's why it's difficult for me. It's difficult to face me with, with this and that, because you're not impressing. I'm like, I'm not getting faced here because I've got this, I've got malaria, I've got this. And I just lie down there with fever. You're feeling like a piece of shit. You just lie down there, patiently till you don't feel like that anymore. 2 weeks later, and you're like I said, you're secretly enjoying the quiet, and the, and you experience illness and stuff in a completely different way. It's very difficult. It's like ineffable. It's very difficult for me to put these kind of things into words. It's like if you've written about something and you've experienced it as yourself, it's two different things, no? To a different ball game.
Wow.
So
I mean, I know just from my experience, even at level 1. I mean, all the things that used to piss me off and knock me off my day, it's not. I mean, they might, they creep up a little bit, but they're not like. It's not like I'm going postal on them. Okay, I just like, oh, okay, whatever. So yeah, and I mean, I'm calmer now than I've been in years. And even my mom says, I don't know what the hell you're doing, but keep doing it.
Yes, what Rita's saying, it makes you. I found learn more stuff, especially since I found it in the practical meditation. Notice that yes, you sense things, you sense it, and you're like more aware. Like you will notice vibes quicker. It's just like the only way I can explain to you is like, or I can describe it, is like you become like more closer to your instincts. Like animals don't have to go to college, you don't have to do anything, and they still know what they have to do, right? Why?
Right.
Because they're like they have this instinct, this guidance, and this thing will evolve majestically when the higher the level of Reiki, the higher your ability to sense things.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm coming into a lot of awareness that I've not been aware of before, and it's like, well, this is pretty damn cool. I'm digging this. It's like, let's see how much further down the rabbit hole I can go with this, because I'm digging this. And I think you heard me and Rita talk about the animal Reiki.
About what?
Animal Reiki.
Yes.
And I mean, I've always had a way with animals. I mean, I've had raccoons come up to me from the wild. I've had squirrels come up to me and sit in my lap. I mean, I walked into a herd of deer and they just looked at me like, "What are you doing here?" And
yeah, because animals sense benevolence or vibration that's similar to them, basically. It's like you attract like attracts like,
Right.
I'm not like super with animals because I wasn't raised. It's not in my culture to be like super with animals. I've got a dog and I like my dog, but I'm not like very animal like that. But still, like my dog that I trust and I feel comfortable with, I like to hug, I'd like to play with. But usually I have to admit I'm not like this super animal fan. I mean, I'm a little bit like squeaky, uncomfortable with animals and afraid sometimes.
See, I mean, around me, we've got at least like 5 feral cats that live next door. I mean, it doesn't bother me. I feed them, and I got a couple of them who are getting closer to me.
Mhm.
When my grandmother was still alive, she used to hand feed squirrels. I mean, they come up right up to her. They jump in her lap.
Mhm.
They jump on her
Mhm.
shoulders. I mean, they used to do it to me too, and I was like, wow, this is
Mhm.
cool. This is cool.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
I go to the local pet store just to pet the dogs because they love pets in the store.
Yes, but like I said, like they sense it. Like I said, I'm not this passionate person about animals. I'm like more like afraid. I think this animal is going to bite me, or so I'm more like that, and they will stay like more away from me, and like only my dog that I trust, and that
Right.
but they sense it. Just like I'm not this animal passionate lover. I'm like scary. I'm like a bit afraid or so. They will stay away from me. But if you're someone that loves it, they sense it, and they come to
Yeah.
you, and they gave you a lot of they relax you, makes you feel, because it's just like hugging a tree. It's like, because they're closer to nature, they're closer in one way to God. They're closer to source. They're closer to benevolence and love, and everything that's good and fabulous and loving.
Yeah, because I mean, you notice, especially when we do the Good Morning Ricky with my one cat Ranger. He loves getting up on here. I mean,
Yeah. Yes.
I'm trying to look past the tail over his head around him. It's like, are you having fun here, dude? I mean, come on. but but he loves it. I mean, he absolutely loves it.
He's picking it up. I mean,
And then I got my other one where she's not down here right now, but she does the same thing. I mean, she'll get up and she'll lay right in front of me, right in front of the keyboard. So if I want to type something, I got to do one of these.
it's like you have this because of the Reiki, you get this vibration, and then it makes them, they feel drawn to it. They just It's
Oh,
just nature. It's just nature. It's just society. It is uh, just nature, and what was that? I forgot the word. Uh, Face. I'll come up with it later. The code word for that I wanted to use, but that I don't remember. And because when I'm talking, I'm translating in my head from Dutch, so sometimes like
okay.
a couple of words like I might look. I think I'm going to look it up in scheikunde. Scheikunde. Um, yes, it's chemistry. Chemistry is the word I was
Yeah.
looking. It's the chemistry. It's just like it's nature. It's chemistry.
It's funny 'cause, one of my neighbors, he's got dog is part husky and part Akita, and
Oh.
just the looks of him. I mean, he looks more menacing than what he is.
Oh.
And one morning, about 4:30 in the morning, my dog started going nuts. I opened the
Mm.
door, and the dog's just sitting there in front of the door, like, "Hey, can I come in?" Like, all right, come on, dude. So he got out. He got out. So I took him back to the house. But every time I come across this dog, he'll get on his haunches and just give me one of those looks. I'm thinking,
Mm.
like, do you remember me? And all of a sudden he'll come over and start wagging his tail and lay over, and the dog's a riot.
Yeah, it's like maybe you're like a type of dog whisperer type of thing that you can communicate um, subconsciously, and I'm going to have to come back listen to the rest. Everyone have a love you all. Thank you for listening, for popping
You,
in, Jenny.
thanks for coming in, Genus. Appreciate it.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I pet animals that people look at me like, "Are you nuts?" No, I'm just not afraid of them.
Yes, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. It's like this. You have you have this vibration that connects with animals, and then they pick it up, and it's then there's this dance together that I don't have, because I wasn't raised feeling comfortable. Like and as a kid we had the dogs and so I was raised with dogs around me. So I mean, I'm comfortable with dogs, but other animals, I'm like, ooh, I don't know. Maybe they have this disease, or maybe they have things on them, or or they're going to bite me, or they're like, So I've got this vibration that and that will make me not attractive for them. They might even bite me or attack me because I fear them a bit. It's all energy. It's all chemistry.
I had a situation years back when I used to have 2 raccoons years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and we lived on a 115 acre farm,
Wow.
and I mean, to me, once you get a pet, you think everyone should be used to these animals. Well, they were not.
Mm-hmm.
One of the guys that was living with us, he was dating one of the girls from the office, and she came over one day to pick him up. They were going out, and both my raccoons, Porky and Cheddar, come walking into the kitchen, and she starts freaking out. She's jumping on chairs, she's jumping on tables. I'm like, Sharon, what is your problem? She goes, them. I'm like, over, and here's my raccoons. I was like, what about them? They're wild, they're mean. I'm like, no, they're not. And I used to have mine trained because when they were younger, they used to crawl up my sides and sit on my shoulders. I'm not, because I wasn't even awake yet. So I trained them when, I tapped them on the side of my thighs, and they knew it was okay to get on my shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that, and she looked at me like, what the hell are you doing? They're going to rip your face off. I was like, watch this. So I went in the cupboard, I grabbed 2 marshmallows and put them in the corner of my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Porky Cheddar, come and get them. They both reached over, very gently, took them from my mouth, and they, ran off into the living room. Her jaw hit the floor.
I would be afraid.
I was like,
but that's it. I mean, it's your vibration. It's always vibration.
Yeah.
It's like if you don't fear them, they sense that you don't fear them. They sense that you're feeling comfortable around them.
Oh yeah, I mean, I know with these guys because my one white cat, she's skittish to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
My mom's like, why doesn't she like me? I think, it has nothing to do with not liking you. You put off a different aura that she's not used to.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they live in the house, but she's the one who wanted these cats. I'm the one who interacts with them. And last night, as I was sleeping or about to fall asleep, she'll get up and she'll lay under my arm and just lay there. And she'll sit there for a while.
And you have to take into consideration that cats are psychic too, so they can see other dimensions. So sometimes you will see like that they behave in a certain way, and you might think they're having a problem with you, but it might be that they're sensing things, energies of other dimensions, 4-dimension stuff that we are oblivious of, because we can only see with our 5 senses, and our 5 senses only can pick up like a very small of the spectrum. They can hear more, they can see more, they can sense. So many times you will see the animal or the cat like behaving. You're like, what have I done? And it's just that they're picking up things that we cannot see or sense.
Well, it's funny you said that because before we had this group of cats, we had flooded. But one afternoon, I'm sitting down here, and all 3 of my cats are staring off into the corner of the room.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't see anything physically,
No.
but they're all sitting and looking at the corner, in the corner of the room. And my grandmother had passed away in the house not long before. But they're all kind of huddled in one corner, and they're all meowing and like what is going on here? And it didn't dawn on me that they do see energy in ways that we don't.
Mm-hmm.
They don't see the images or shapes like we do, but they sense energy.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing how they're able to do that.
Yes, and I think that's like an. I don't even think that cats are from this reality. I think that probably because if you see that the Egyptians used to like the Sphinx that they used to
Right.
uh,
I was about to bring that
cherish.
up.
Mhm.
I was just
I
about to
think
bring
that
that up.
yes, I don't think they're from here. Don't you notice that they're it's like the cats and dogs compare cats and dogs with all the other animal kingdom. It's they don't they're different than anything else um, genetically. They don't. We try to compare them with wolves and whatever, but they aren't, and they're the only animal that's never been that are not distinguished. They're the only animals that are like that are close to humans. Um, that I mean, if you're sad, your dog
They,
will come to you. They sense that you're sad, and they will come and go
yeah.
close to you.
Well, my one dog Buddy is real good for that. I mean, he knows I'm having a bad day. He'll come up and he'll give me, he'll put his paws on my shoulder and give me a hug.
Yes,
I mean, they're so very well attuned, more so
hmm
than what we are as humans. And like,
definitely.
how you brought up with the catching the Egyptians. If I remember right, the Egyptians used that for healing practices.
Yes, they and that's why they why would they make like this huge sphinx tracing.
Right.
If you take it to take into consideration all that work and resources necessary to do something like that, to make something like a sphinx, it means that it was important,
Yeah.
very important.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
to my understanding, the cats, at least in that time frame, had very immense healing energies
hmm
where they were able to correct like a heart rhythm or something that was also was off of the body. They were able to correct it,
hmm
and we wouldn't know what was going on. They knew. We had no
Yes.
clue. We were like,
hmm
"Well, what are you guys doing?" Like, sit down, shut up. Oh, we got
hmm
it. We got this.
And like something that I've done that I've loved doing too is on you know that I was born in Curacao. It's an island, and it's a tropical island, and we have a lot of dolphins. So something that helps too, like when you're feeling stressed out, and is to go swim with the dolphins and hugging them and kissing them, and
Now
you
that
just
I'd love to
they,
do. That
they're
I
like
would love to do.
they take away everything. I mean, you could feel like a piece of shit, feeling horrible. You can feel horrible. You go swim with these animals and hug them, and they would like, go with their nose like,
Yeah.
and like, okay, talking about animals that I don't feel uncomfortable around. Like, I don't feel uncomfortable around dolphins neither. I love dogs, cats. I'm not crazy about other animals, but dolphins are an example of an animal that I feel
Oh
very
yeah. I
comfortable
mean,
with. So they would come with their nose and they would look like in your neck. They would like, ooh, and it's fabulous.
oh, I bet.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one thing I would love to do is just be able to swim with the dolphins and just get to have time to spend with them. Um,
Mhm.
have you ever read? I think it was Dolores Cannon who would mention something about dolphins. They are so much more receptive and higher in energy and acceptance,
Mhm.
but yet they know when there's danger coming
Yes.
before it even gets there.
Mhm.
I mean, to me, I was like, that always astounded me. I was like, "Oh, that's cool."
Yes,
But
definitely.
I'm also learning as we get into higher levels of Reiki, we come into the same sense per se. We can sense what's coming on the horizon. We kind of get a feeling as to, all right, something's coming down there. I ain't sure what it is yet, but you know, just chill out for a little bit. Something's going down. It's amazing.
Definitely, because I've had it, like when I'm like anxious or feeling horrible, it's because I'm sensing something. Something is not right.
Yeah.
Because if everything is uh, jolly well, I won't feel anxious. So it's this thing that you're sensing something that's not in alignment. Yeah,
Right.
definitely. This
I I saw a video the other day, that one you picked up when you were doing the card readings, and you were showing the people jumping off that cliff.
yeah.
Oh hell no!
I've
Oh
done it.
hell.
I've done it.
Maybe it was a little deep of water. I'm thinking, how deep can that water be? Because you're not that far offshore. Like you can stunt your growth by 1.5 feet. Like
but
no.
but it's a psychological game. You have to see that's the metaphor of our reality. You have to see it like this. Like I don't jump like from running. I stand like here's the wall. I go outside the wall, and there I stand and jump. You have to keep in mind that your eyes look here, but if you're jumping with your foot are like 6 feet, or 5 feet closer to the water than your eyes.
Yeah.
Okay? So what your eyes are showing you that's so scary isn't as scary as you think, because when you touch the water, you will touch it with your feet. That's about 5 to 6 feet less, and that's the 3D reality. That's you have to see it like it's metaphoric of how reality 3D matrix, how the matrix can fool you. And when you jump and ignore the matrix, then you will find out that what you're seeing is not what is. You will like when I jump, it's because you have like this speed, and because you feel this thing in your tummy, I yell. So I have to yell when I jump, because you feel like like when you're in those things that go up and down. How do you call them? These like in Disney and World and those kinds of things that go up and down, those Russian mountains, that feeling in your tummy when you're in those kind of things. So when you jump, you feel that same thing in your tummy. So because of that, you're like, ah, and you yell and then you jump, and then your feet will touch the sand, and you will rise up again, just like that. So you jump and rise up, and that's life. That life is jumping, touching the rock bottom, and rising up again. And you must jump with trust that you will reach, and then,
Yeah. When I was growing up, at least in my high school years, I don't know how much you follow golf at all, but I'm very close to the Medina Country Club. And Medina has sponsored the PGA, but there used to be a quarry back there on the other side of the road.
I didn't follow you along. What you say? You said PGA? Is it a sport?
Yeah, pro golfer. Golf.
Okay, golf. Okay.
But anyway, there was a quarry on the other side of the street, and it was like a 60-foot high wall into the quarry. And back then, it's like we had no problem doing that. We just take, back up about 15 feet, get a running jump, and there was like a lip about 3 feet out that was like maybe a foot deep, and then it was straight down.
Yeah.
And pray we didn't hit that little ledge, because it's gonna hurt. But it was such an adrenaline rush.
Yes.
It was such the adrenaline rush was like, oh, I gotta try this. And people were like, are you nuts? Yeah, why do you ask? Why do you ask? I wouldn't be doing this if I wasn't.
It's just like it's a drug, like and you fool, like when you're going down, you're fooling it, and your stomach, you're like, ah,
Yeah.
and it's And oh man, it's yeah, I mean, I've got the like yes, it's like it's a dream life, but every life is dream life. It's just like enjoying the things that are good of where I live. Like
Right.
where I live, there are a lot of things that this problems. Like if you want to buy something, like if you want to buy Hempworks, you spend this money, you buy it, it doesn't show up. You know, I've ordered something in February, it doesn't show up. So it has like uncomfortable things because you're on a small island in the Caribbean, you know. But you know, but, if you have to like, it has things that are less easy, no, but it has good things too. So I'm like, when I was living in Amsterdam, big city, oh well, big city, it's a big city in between. It's not a million inhabitants, so you cannot call it metropolitan city. But when I was living in Amsterdam, or you know, big cities, I enjoyed like the big city life, all the good things that are great when you're like in a big place, you know, and you've got privileges and you have things that go easier and so on. Now I'm in a small island. Now I enjoy the good things of living in a small island, you know, like
Yeah.
cold, warm island, walking around in your bikini the whole day, you know, go to the beach, walking around barefoot and swim
No.
as often as possible.
Well, I mean, it's obvious. Well, you know, it's a warmer climate. Well, what are the temperatures? What are the temperatures like?
I figured this out just for the group because all the time people were asking me that, and because I don't know the Fahrenheit system, because I'm raised with metrics, but I've looked it up. It's always in Curacao. It's always between 80 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh,
So I figured that out. Always, it's never lower than 80.
as you noticed in the chat, we're all coming down to visit. Okay, just so you're aware, we're all coming down to visit.
I mean, that's great, right? Why not? I mean, I hope, and I would love to meet you personally and hang
Yeah.
around and drink a pina colada. Like I was telling, I think I was in an interview with who was I chatting? I think it was yesterday. I was chatting with Terry of the Hunters Group, and I was telling her like when I just arrived and I was like super anxious. The only thing I was doing to get better is like I would go to Carnival because I came like in January and February we have Carnival. Carnival is I think like the American Mardi Gras. I think Americans would call it Mardi Gras. We'd have this carnival. We would go like to the carnival, dance the whole night, then you know, fall asleep the next morning at the beach there. You know, yeah, make sure you know, a day like that.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. You keep telling us we're not going to leave. Okay, you're gonna have a you're gonna have a bunch of house guests that you ain't gonna be able to get rid of.
Just go dancing, getting drunk, sleep the next morning at the beach. Wake up again at 7 o'clock. Go back to Carnival. You know?
Yeah, bite the hair of the dog that bit you.
All the stress is gone. You know.
Yeah. Well, listen, TIbisay, we're getting close on the hour here. I thank you so much for doing this with me today. And yeah, we have to do this again. This was really cool. I really appreciate it.
I love it. I mean, just you have to just invite me. I mean, over, and I would love to be here and hang around with you and chat a little bit, so we can learn to know each other better, regardless of the Reiki. You know, behind like the person behind the Reiki.
Right. Exactly. I'd like to thank everyone who's showing up in the chat room this morning. Thank you for coming and supporting us. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. TIbisay, again, thank you. I appreciate it. We'll do this again very soon, dear.
Thank you for having me on, and just send me a message, and I'll jump in. If I can, I will jump in. I enjoy this a lot.
So did I.
Being here with you. Okay.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it. Everybody have a wonderful day. Thank you again. Have an amazing day, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye now.